As usual, it's always great to be joined by Michell Wool's Andrew Partridge. How are you, Andrew?
G'day, Ricky. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. The lawnmower that is the wool market, it sort of got started for a couple of weeks and then it spluttered out again.
Interesting, yeah. The old engine fired up for 2 weeks, and we 12 weeks are going down, 2 weeks are going up, and then it's decided to take a bit of a drop, mate. So it was a bit of a weird one. We didn't fully predict this. We've had a bit of a strengthening currency, and businesses just dried up. So I think everyone was sort of gearing up a week and a half ago to say, "Oh, gee, we're on a bit of a rise here. We might just put a bit in the bag and not sell too far forward." But the order book seems to run thin really quickly. And unfortunately, she's drifted a bit.
Is it a bit of a factor of the old supply and demand in the market? People saw the good prices for the last couple of weeks, jumped in with more bales, and that drove the prices down a bit, perhaps?
It could, yeah, exactly, Ricky. I think, and with this weather pattern the way it is too, maybe thank God it's sort of rained, and then I shouldn't really be saying that with all the floods around, but if we had dry weather and we had this market going up, there would be a lot more wool coming on the market now, and that is a little bit of a fear in the back of people's minds, particularly overseas mills there. They're aware of what's going on. They know the supply is running a bit behind usual, and they do feel that there is another flood, another tsunami of maybe wool that's building up in the background. So, yeah, it's interesting times.
It's a fascinating insight you make there. I spoke with the late Stephen Reid often here on the program, and he talked about how not that long ago there was just stockpiles of wool everywhere coming out of everyone's ears. Is it all gone?
It's certainly overseas. The pipeline overseas was particularly out of China, because I'm a bit China-centric with my own business that I do inside Michelle's, but they're saying their pipeline is very low. So they're ready. They're prepared. They've had the COVID. They've run all their sort of processing stocks and that down overseas. But now, of course, we've got a bit of a build-up coming on Australian shores. So we've got sheep that need to be shorn, and the wool's getting longer, and there's a bit of a bank up of wool coming forward, I think, in our Aussie sales for sure.
Yeah, we spoke with Wool Producers CEO Joe Hall recently. There's even a bit of a challenge getting shearers to even get the wool off at this stage, and that's going to be a longer-term structural problem for the industry as well.
It can be, yeah, it can be. I'm talking my little backyard down here. My son actually shears for a contractor locally down in the Western Districts, and they're behind. Yeah, they're behind, but they've got actually a good crop of young guys coming through, to be honest. He might be and he's a pretty good operator, this guy. So he's actually not too bad. It's actually rouseabouts for him. He's having trouble getting rouseabouts.
Yeah, I'll bet he's fit as a mallee bull, as we used to say where we come from. It's pretty demanding work, the shearing.
Yes. Yeah, actually, he's been going a bit over 12 months. He's 22 years of age, and sure, his first 200, actually his second 200 just recently in Merino, so he's going all right.
That's good to hear. So hopefully the market can be inspired by the younger generation getting on board. We have seen price falls well across the board this week. What are sort of some of, I guess, the lowlights in terms of the hardest hit commodities?
Yeah, certainly. So it's not one part of the market was affected by the down market. It's cartings. Cartings are actually, and their business is going strong. We've been buying a lot of wool and topping the buying list of cartings in the last few weeks, and that's not going to change anytime soon. But certainly through the middle microns and all through the crossbred, just the higher dollars actually made that US price a bit out of reach. So it looks like most of those merino qualities, in particular combie types, will be weaker again next week.
Will we have a bit of a later picture to share with listeners next week thanks to the Melbourne Cup?
Yes, maybe. Yeah.
I think they'll put back the sales next week or something.
Oh, it's still Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah.
Yep.
So we normally have a Tuesday, Wednesday, so it'll be Wednesday, Thursday next week.
Oh, so just a bit of a day later. Yep. And what do we got on offer as far as what we know at this stage?
Over 40,000 bales, and Sarah, it's predicted that those offerings are going to increase a little bit. And I don't think they're heading to 50,000 bales anytime soon, but it looks like we're in those sort of 40,000 plus sales now for the next couple of weeks.
Well, Andrew, thank you very much for joining us with the latest from the markets, and good to hear about another partridge in the wool industry putting his hands literally to the effort. Thanks for joining us again.
Thanks, Ricky.